G'day, I'm Bob Spencer and today I'm reviewing the Artist Guitars Apricus6 Vintage Sunburst guitar. At the time of this review, the retail price was around $449. I'm playing this guitar directly into my Ivan Richards made Spencer Ford amplifier with no pedals between the guitar and the amp. The speaker that you hear is an impulse response, not a mic'd speaker. So let's run through the guitar. The neck is roasted maple. It looks beautiful. It has a lovely hue, a brown hue. It feels very, very strong, very resilient, and I very much doubt that this neck would move at all over the next, I don't know how many years. I don't think it's going to move at all. It's really great. It feels really good under my left hand, or maybe your right hand. It has a lovely curve to the back of the neck. Also a great radius on the front, the fretboard end of it. The fretboard, speaking of which, is made of eco rosewood. It's very well polished, feels great. There are no weird grain filler bits that I can see. Feels very smooth under my fingers. Locking machine heads with small buttons, which means that you can get your fingers between them, which is a bonus. I don't like machine heads with large buttons for that very reason. The fret crowns are really, really well done. I can't see any scratch marks at all, any fret file marks at all on this guitar. Also, I should mention that as it came to me, and I haven't touched it, there are no fret buzzers, none that I can hear whatsoever. The action is of reasonable height. It's not really low, it's not really high, but it's exactly as it came to me from Artist Guitars. I haven't touched it at all in that respect. The bone nut is beautifully cut and it has a perfect curve matching the fretboard. The slots appear to be suitable to this string gauge. I can't see any excess on either side of the strings that would give me any grief, and the strings are not catching at all when I tune or detune the guitar. It's very good. What have we got next? I'm reading notes, so excuse me. It's a two-piece mahogany body with a reasonable weight. It's not as light as an SG, nor is it as heavy as a Les Paul Custom. It's lighter than a regular Les Paul. It's a beautiful two-piece back. It's just gorgeous. Quilted maple top, which is the goods if you like a sunburst kind of thing. That's your bag. Very good. Doesn't look like veneer. I don't know what it is, but it looks great. As the guitar came to me, there's not a mark on it, by the way, not a mark. Strings through body design, as you can see. And I should also mention the 4 offset bolts, which connect the neck to the body. That is really well done. And the way it's been cut away means that you can get up to the dusty end of the fretboard much easier than you can on other guitars of this style. There isn't that right angle, sort of stiff right angle thing that gets in your way on your fretting hand when you get up to the top bits of the guitar. It's really comfortable. That design should be employed by other people. I can't see it happening, but it should be employed because it makes a lot of sense. The screws are recessed nicely, and the ferrules for the strings through body are really well done. Control cavity, I haven't looked inside. Don't really need to, it all works fine. The humbuckers are, I think, an artist design humbucker called a star bow, possibly bow. I haven't heard anyone say it. And they appear to be of medium output. They're not really high and they're not weak and low. Something really cool about the way they're attached to the body is the pickup surrounds are steel and really low. And that's great for a player like me who concentrates a lot on rhythm. It means that my pick isn't hitting the sides of the pickup surrounds. That's a bonus for me. That's a really great thing. I think the pickups sound really good. I haven't directly compared them. I haven't put other pickups in there. I don't want to do that. They sound fine as they are. One volume, one tone, and a three-way switch. Let's have a look at the volume sweep. It's very usable. The tone. Very usable, both of them. The three-way pickup selector, there's no series parallel or split coil kind of thing, which is really fine by me. I don't like that very much on guitars. I'd rather just pick up a cleaner guitar if I want that sound. That's just me. You might be different. Let's have a listen to the pickups in isolation. Rear pickup, volume on full. Front pickup on full. And the middle position. I don't like the middle position on full myself, and I prefer to turn the volume down when I'm using. It's much more usable for my purposes. The bridge and the bridge saddles, the curve at the bridge is perfect. I wouldn't be touching it. The saddles look the goods. I have one issue with the guitar, and only one, in that for my purposes, the way I play rhythm, and I have been known to do a fair amount of this, means that the protruding grub screws after playing this guitar for a few hours might annoy me. I might take a Dremel to those and lower them a little bit, or replace them with shorter grub screws if I were to be playing the guitar for 2-3 hours at a gig. At home, that wouldn't bother me at all. It's a hardtail bridge, no whammy bar. It's very well connected to the body. I think I've covered pretty much everything. This is a really good guitar I think at any price range. You'd be happy if this had a different name on the headstock. I would think that this guitar would sell for 3 to 4 times what it does. I can't fault it, especially around here, which is where I've been looking at it in detail over the last few days. That feels wonderful. It's perfectly done. I can't see a single blemish on this guitar. There's no overspray, as I have found on many more expensive guitars. No overspray at all. The ends of the frets have been beautifully polished and none of them stick out. They're not going to cut your fingers. The curve of the bone nut, the curve at the bridge, the sound of the pickups, it's put together beautifully. I'd be very happy with this guitar. So this is my little review of the Artist Guitars Apricus or Apricus, I don't know, 6 vintage Sunburst guitar. I hope you enjoyed the review.